Morning, Scott. Is it a massive weight off your mind now that Dons have finally picked up that league away win? We can all move on with our lives.
Yes and no. Yeah, because obviously it's great and it's long, but I didn't actually know about it until after the game. So I was a bit surprised by that, by the time it took. So yeah, and I think obviously where we went and done it, nobody really expected it, other than all of us in here. It was something we spoke about going there. I think they've got a really good home record over the past 2 seasons. So there was no pressure on us at all. We could just go and play our game, which we did in the first half, and then the second half we had to show a different side, which we've done as well.
Different sort of performance, wasn't it, from what we've seen really this season from MK Dons, particularly in that second half?
Yeah, I think they're a good team. They've got a lot of good players, especially at this level. And as I said, they've got a really good home record. So we knew that they would come out at some point and they'd have a stage. Obviously, it was longer than what we anticipated or what we're used to. But again, I think it's important that we've shown a different side of us. It's not just all about the pretty football. We can roll our sleeves up and get stuck in when we need to as well.
How much of the last 4 games, particularly the 4 league games, and picking up as many points as you have, how much has that changed the mentality and I suppose the mood around Stadium MK?
I think it's the mood, yeah. Obviously, when you're picking up points and results and that, it's always going to, have a positive impact on the changing room, on the training and that. I think mentality-wise, we've always believed that it would come good. I think, other than the second half at Sunderland there, and then Crewe, we've been the better team in every game, and there's only so long you can keep playing like that before you start getting the results. And then, thankfully for us, over the past, 4 or 5 games, we've started to see the results.
I think the last time we heard from you was your quite frank interview away at Portsmouth, and obviously that was, I think you made some very valid points there that you can't keep going away to teams and battering them, but coming away losing. How much has life changed since that Portsmouth game? Yeah,
I think we've got stronger, particularly in the defensive side of the game. We're not conceding the sloppy goals I spoke about that day. We defend set pieces and you're going into them thinking, right, these are going to be really good to score against us. Whereas before, maybe it was a bit like, oh, we might concede here. So I think that's a big switch. I think you've seen how many corners and free kicks Sunderland had at the weekend there, and Kesey and Cammy won just about every header they could. So I think when you go in with that belief and with that confidence, that you've got boys who are good in the air, it makes it a lot harder for the opposition. And not just that, I just think, we're getting players fitter again, including myself, a lot of other boys that are late in or have been injured. And we always believed that once we got all our team up to speed, that we'd do well.
And how are you feeling? You feeling up to speed now?
Yeah, I still like to get a wee bit sharper, but that'll just come with games. I think, you need to remember that pre-season you get however many weeks, 4 or 5 weeks of pre-season, then you're getting 4, 5, 6 pre-season friendlies. So I've sort of had to treat the league games as the friendlies, but obviously trying to get up to speed as quick as I can. So I'm feeling a lot better, I'm feeling a lot fitter. So now it's just about getting the final bit of sharpness back.
The manager just mentioned to us that you feel you should have a few more goals and a few more assists to your name this season already.
Yeah, 100%. I tell the boys that as well. I should have assists, but as I said, it's a strange season. Like wasn't much pre-season friendlies and stuff. So it's going to take boys time to get up to speed. But I'm sure once they do, the assists will come. And personally, yeah, I'd like to have a few more goals. I feel I should. But again, that's all about the sharpness and the fitness. When I get that back, I've no doubt that I'll start scoring more.
You're certainly looking pretty deadly from 12 yards. I make it 4 out of 4 so far. Do you put much time and effort into your penalties?
Nah, not really, if I'm honest. I had to think about that there to see if I give a professional answer or not. Nah, not really. I done a wee bit with Loza the other day before the Eastleigh game. Just a wee bit of banter with him and just had a few pens and that. But normally, nah, I don't like to work on them too much. I like to just take as it comes, really.
It's a big test this weekend at home against Hull. They're a massive club for this division, aren't they?
Yeah, massive club in this league as well, as you say. Expect another tough game. It's a team that should be up there, expect to be up there, so they'll need to come to our place and play their game as well. I think a lot of teams have come and sat in and try to make it hard for us, which I expect them to do as well, but I feel there'll be a lot more pressure on them to come and play, and they'll be expected to come and win, even though there's no fans. Obviously the fans will be tuning in at the iPhone or whatever and watching, so their manager will expect them to come here, play their game and try to win the game.
Does that play into Don's hands a little bit then, having a team that doesn't sit back but instead tries to come at you?
Yeah, 100%. I think you've seen that. When we go to the likes of Portsmouth or Sunderland, you see the space and the chances we get when teams open up. It's tough. No matter how good you are, it's really, really tough to break down 11 grown men that have been coached to just sit. You know what I mean? They've got one job, is to stop the ball going into their box or into their goal. It's really tough, no matter how well we pass and play. So that's something that we've been working on in training. Getting to the final third when it's a low block, trying to break through that. But I think when teams come, like Portsmouth, Sunderland, I expect Hull to, come and press. I think that could play in our hands here.
Thank you, mate.
Scott, the club signed Andrew Sermon, a veteran Premier League player, just yesterday. Are you looking forward to playing alongside him?
Yeah, I am. It's obviously a shame on Louis. I think he was just starting to show how good he can be for us. I really enjoyed playing with him on Saturday there, up until his injury. But obviously bringing in a player like we have, with Premier League experience, it can only help us younger players and the team as a whole.
Excellent. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks, Scott. Take care, mate.
Yeah.